sometimes you just have to be willing to accept that kind of help and support from others.
Yeah.
And when when you talk about writing and everything, so did you always aspire to become a writer, like, or did
Hmm.
you aspire to do something different? How did that kind of fall into place?
Well, I was pursuing a career in rap music. I used to rap and write verses. I still write verses and stuff. I just like the whole art form of it. And what was cool about it is as a kid, I was a bit of an outcast. I mean, I got made fun of, I got bullied, and being involved in rap music or hip hop or whatever, it was a very unifying experience because it was everyone from every culture getting together, supporting each other. There was it was just an amazing thing. I mean, maybe it's not that same way today because, I don't know. There's a lot of different music genres, and people like to stick to what they like. But I've always been someone who's liked all sorts of music. So even while I was doing the rap thing, I also one time did something with a rock band and tried to rap and do that stuff. And so I was very, yeah, I was just very creative in the writing, and I thought I'd honestly be a recording artist and have albums out by now, but it didn't go that way. And then eventually I got a job, got the work-related injury, and then that's when I said, hey, you know what? Let me put my story out there because a lot of people don't know about it. A lot of people, I tell them, they think I have multiple sclerosis, and I really wanted to raise awareness. And it was only going to be one blog post. It was just going to be, there's my story about Becker muscular dystrophy. This is my diagnosis and my experience. And then I started meeting people all over the world, and that was back in 2009. And it's just grown from there, and it's truly amazing.
Wow. So when you talked about bullied is, and I know you said you wanted to touch on this topic, what was that process like? Like what helped you get through such a time like that?
Well, the one thing is, unlike a lot of people, I was able to escape from the school scene at times because, I went to church and I went to the youth group, and having that to be able to go to escape and actually have my friends at church there that accepted me, didn't bully me, that really helped me escape. But I mean, a lot of people, I kept this hidden from everyone. Like I didn't tell my friends, I didn't tell my parents. Every once in a while they get a call that, oh, Brad's in a fight, but they didn't know that I was just trying to stick up for myself. And so it was something I tried to hide, but it was very difficult. I remember one time it was so bad that at recess in elementary school, the school bell rang, and instead of going in, I just couldn't handle it. I went and sat at the back of a portable where no one could see me and sat there for 15 minutes. I don't know what the school was thinking and stuff. And then eventually I went in, and other times I would just, pretend I was sick and my dad would pick me up and
Mm,
stuff like that. And so it was difficult.
yeah. What advice would you have for someone who gets bullied in school?
These days, I think it's there's a lot more support out there, though I am surprised to hear that some teachers again neglect this. And it's really up to the school teachers and everyone to take this more seriously. And when a kid does come up and say, I'm being bullied, they need to respond appropriately and, find out what's going on there. And so the best thing is to talk to an adult. Don't hide it like I did. There's a lot more resources, and, and I've heard so many unfortunate circumstances where kids even today with Becker muscular dystrophy have been bullied and have had to leave school and be homeschooled. It's really frustrating that today it's not as, I wish it was a lot better for the kids. In some situations it is. And the whole thing is talk to your parents. Don't, if you're struggling, make sure you talk to someone, because there was a comment once left on my blog post about bullying, and it was an 11-year-old boy, and he was like, why do they have to pick on me and all that stuff. And it was really sad. And and the more surprising thing is that later on down the road, a young boy around the same age, had a big issue at a high school, or not a high school, at an elementary school, and it ended tragically. And so it shows you that that poor child was reaching out. And I just hope that any other child out there or youth reaches out to a parent or someone they can trust.
Yeah. Mm. Yeah, it's so sad to see, kids get bullied, whether they have a disability or not, and oftentimes they are afraid to seek help, or
Yeah.
they don't know what to do. It's really sad to that it's unfortunate, that that happens.